suñuy jaar daal dañu nekkee ndaw dañoo bañoon lépp bëgg xam-xam danaa wax ni su ko xaari doon jar danaa ko am.
abonné wu ci seen YouTube bu Ndiamé TV bësal notification bi ñu tàmbal la foofu nga mën a abonné wu ndax ngay mën a am vidéo yi ñu dugal chaque jour.
We tell you assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. First of all, we start our greetings toward our spiritual guide, Cheikh Niane. We're asking the Almighty to give him a long life with a good health. We greet Cheikh Ibrahim Babil Mouridine Mboudaye, and we greet all the audience. We are now here today on the 14th of January 2024 to celebrate again Cheikh Souleiman's 6th religious givings toward his Cheikh Moussa Cissé, peace upon him. I will start now my speech today by 3 questions that each human being in the world must ask himself. Where do we come? And what are we doing here? And where do we return? I will focus on these 3 questions, trying to give a spiritual and religious answer to each of it. For the first question, where do we come from? We all know that now it's God the Almighty who created the universe. He created the sky, his earth, all the materials around it, and then he created now the human being. That's why in the Holy Quran he used to say, هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في 6 أيام ثم استوى العرش فاسأل به خبيرا. And then the Almighty creating his sky, his earth, the human being, for what? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. He didn't create his earth, he didn't create the sky, the human being, for nothing. He created it in order now human being worship him. That is now the interest, the importance of the second question. What are we doing here? We are not here in the world for idleness. We are not here for sleeping and eating. We are here in order now to worship the Almighty. But there is now here a big problem. Since the beginning of the world, people used now to dispute about now religion. People have different conceptions, different understanding about now Islam. What is to worship God? Many of us think that now worshiping God means saying our 5 prayers, going to Mecca, giving the alms, I mean the zakat, and so forth and so forth. Yes, these practices are among now worshiping God. But they want to be good, they want to be accepted by the Almighty if the person who perform all this religious practice doesn't know God. It is of a paramount importance for any human being, first of all, before praying, before giving alms, before going to pilgrimage, before giving the zakat, to know the Almighty. That's why in Hadith al-Qudsi, he said, "Ta'rifuni qabla an ta'budun, fa ilam ta'rifuni fa kayfa ta'budun." You must know me first before trying to worship me. If you don't know me, you'll not be able now to worship me as I wanted, as I directed. So, any human being in the world, even if you are from Senegal or from Egypt or from Italy, anywhere you can live in the world, in any ethnic group you must belong, what is compulsory for you is to know the Almighty. And then, the Prophet alayhi salatu salam, peace upon him, said, "Man arafa nafsuhu faqad arafa rabbuhu." He whosoever knows himself knows the Almighty. How now to know yourself? This is the big question. No one can know himself or herself by himself. It's impossible. You have to look for a spiritual guide. That's why God say also in the Holy Quran, "Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ittaqullaha wabtaqu ilayhi alwasila wa jahidu fi sabilihi la'allakum tuflihun." It is an obligation to have a spiritual guide who can lead you to God's path. It's not a kind of now saying, "Oh, my spiritual guide is named Mbake, my spiritual guide is named C, my spiritual guide is named so forth and so forth." It's not that. The question, the interest of having a spiritual guide is, he will be able now to lead you in God's path. If not, he is not a spiritual guide, but it's just now a friend. That is the problem of Islam of Senegal. So, Cheikh Bamba Khadim Rasul says, "Faman lam yataghadab damala ala yadi shaykhin falyalha mihana li'anna man khasira shaykhu burshida fa shaykhuhu shaytana haythu hasada." He joined now God's verse in the Holy Quran. We have to get a spiritual guide. And then, from now on then, after Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba Khadim Rasul's departure, he trained many sheikhs. But the only sheikh nowadays, everybody can say he is now continuing Sheikh al-Qadim's practice is Sheikh Musa Cissé radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Sheikh Musa Cissé, son of Mam Mor Khoreje Cissé, was one of Sheikh al-Qadim's sheikh. And Sheikh Musa Cissé told to human being, "Come and now sign a pact of allegiance with me." For what? In order I give you the kalima la ilaha illallah. You know, any practice in Islam, its result is to polish our heart. That's why, even for the hereafter, God say, يَوْمُ لَا يَنْفُ الْمَالُ وَالْبَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَبْطَلَ بِقَلْبِ السَّلِيمِ. That day, if you don't have a purified heart, you will go to hell. But if you have a purified heart, you will enter my paradise. And now to polish this heart, you need somebody like Cheikh Souleymane Niane, who will give you in a legal way the kalima la ilaha illallah, which is in Tasawwuf considered as the soap the water and the sponge which can now reach your heart inside it, which can now polish all the dirty things that are inside it. I mean idleness, I mean angriness, I mean hurtedness, and so forth and so forth. When somebody wants to enter Islam, he attests that now God is one by saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And the angel used to say, wa ma sha'idna illa bima alimna. We will never now attest what we don't know before. So, knowing God is the first path that any Muslim, a woman one or a man one must do. I said it a while ago, a Cheikh like Cheikh Suleiman Niane nowadays is the only Cheikh for Cheikh Musas who vehiculates now this Islamic strategy. Up here to Morocco, Saint Fallou said it a while ago, Cheikh Suleiman, I won't say he is an illiterate marabout, but I will say it is God's gift for him. He didn't learn Arabic, he didn't learn French, but Cheikh Suleiman followed a man trained by Cheikh Bamba Khadim Rasoul called Cheikh Moussa Cissé. And this man told him, Suleiman, when we will go now to Mboudaye Sérére, you will say them, you are a prophet. A prophet has always a divine message. And this divine message is the knowledge of God. So, this is what pushed me to enter in my third questions. Where will we return? Undoubtedly, anyone here, one day in your life, you have seen your grandparents, it can be a mom or a dad, dying. He was buried in a cemetery. So we all have the experience of death. We know that people won't be here every day, won't be here all long life. Because God said, Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut, wa kullu man 'alayha fan. Illa liwajhillahi dhul jalal wal ikram. So we are dying. We will return to God. And when we return to God, we have only two destinies. Either we go to paradise or we go to hell. If we want now go to paradise, we have to follow a spiritual guide who can lead us in this knowledge I talked about a while ago, the knowledge of God. Knowing the secret of La ilaha illallah, it is the key of paradise. But today in Senegal, many people think that now this is something dreaming. It is a dream. It's not something real. It's not something that is possible to know God. If you tell to somebody, we have to see God, he say, oh, it is impossible for a human being to see God. Imagine God as a very huge human, a very huge effort, and then that is the problems. But it's just now a secret that is in you, inside you. Saint Fallou said it a while ago. If I take an example of anybody here and I ask him whom you are or where are you, he will say me, I am here. I will say, this is your chest. He will say, I'm here. I will tell him, this is your head. I'm here. This is your foot. So where are you? When the person will be tired, he will say me, I'm here. I will tell you, you touch your body. Whom are you? This question must be only now treated by a spiritual guide like Cheikh Suleiman Niane. So, to finish now my speech, I thank God a lot, the Almighty, who, in his merciness, from his goodness, he accompanied us in order to lead us to Cheikh Souleymane Niane. This is a very, very, very big chance. This is a very big luck. Because if you have the chance now to meet a person like Cheikh Souleymane Niane, all your life and your hereafter will be at the top. I urge all human beings in the universe to come and join Cheikh Souleymane Niane, to come and sign the Pact of Allegiance in order to know the Almighty. By doing so, we will be optimistic, and when we die, inshallah, we'll enter paradise. If we do not do so, if we kept all our time now criticizing, saying this as Yalla Yalla's speech, this as Yalla Yalla's speech, this is nonsense. So, thank you for inshallah next year. I wish now the Almighty let us hear until next year, inshallah, and we continue now our speech. Okay, thank you for your question. Thank you, Cheikh Souleymane.
suñuy jaar daal dañu nekkee ndaw dañoo bañoon lépp bëgg xam-xam danaa wax ni su ko xaaritoon jar doonaa ko am.
abonné wu ci seen YouTube bu Ndiamé TV bësal notification bi ñu tàmbal la foofu nga mën a abonné wu ndax ngay mën a am vidéo yi ñu dugal chaque jour.